Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Wednesday, October 3rd, 2018. Happy hump day, everyone. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Here's a look at the daily time frame here. We are currently trending higher. At the moment, despite looking rather toppy at the upper end of this range, despite looking like a failed new low, it just continues to hold within the range overall with an upward bias. This market really hasn't moved much either way to begin October, and that still tells us that we could still see further build out before we see a bigger move here. But for the most part, you can see there's the October high, there's the October low, and we are here over the last 3 days so far. We understand here overall that the market remains bullish, as you can see by the higher value relationships. You can see any pullback is usually defended at that level for a continuation higher. The only issue is we have not actually tested those pink levels here yet this week, and we could still do that. We could still test a couple of times before we see strength. So again, this market doesn't look exceptionally bullish or exceptionally bearish at all. It just is right now, and it's actually rather low volatility. Currently, we're trading 19.25 points of range for a day. Over the last 10 sessions, that is down a little bit here. But over the last 5 sessions, it has increased to 21.7 points. So for the most part, it is increasing a little bit here. But right now, very narrow range, 9.5 points for the day. And really, is price going to be able to get through the 2940s? Because if so, that opens up the upside with a potential continuation higher into the next upside target. We talked about the 2965s being the next upside key level, but again, we could still pull back some measure either to the midpoint of last month or perhaps even to retest the previous month's low, and that could still be a buying opportunity if something of that magnitude were to occur. So right now, still very strong. We'll continue to watch how this plays out here. If we take a look here in the NQ, you can see this one looks quite a bit different than the ES. It actually looks quite a bit more bearish. And if you look at this right here, again, we talked about this for the monthly market outlook on Monday, this day right here. We talked about the rejection. We talked about the divergence that's occurring up here and how that can typically be bearish. It can typically be bearish. First trading day had a rejection. The previous session had a rejection Tuesday, and now price is testing that zone right now. We're seeing the market go into the 7680 to 7700 zone. That is the zone right now to watch for signs of rejection, because if there's any rejection in this area, it could lead to a major move downward over the next 1 to 5 days. So again, this is the zone right here. It's pulling back. This is the pullback zone. Is there going to be rejection up here? Because if so, this could be a day trading area to watch for a sell back toward the day's lows as a day trade, and then it could be even a swing entry as this thing perhaps pulls back to the midpoint of the previous month's range. So again, watching this area. Now, if price were to close today above 7,700, that could be super bullish as this thing runs through the tail and runs much, much higher. So back in the range, the same zone we've been watching all week long in the NQ. Here's crude oil. You'll notice crude oil is at the top end of its key range. It's had some very, very bullish days to get there. These 2 days, very, very strong. We talked about the 60-minute rejections that occurred, which really ignited those moves. We are now at the edge of the range, topping the recent highs. We talked about before, right here, when price was holding here, I mentioned that at the moment, it's doing everything it needs to do to remain bullish. And if it's going to push higher, the only level left to test up here is the 75s, 75.27, and we got it. So now do we come back down towards 72.30 and trade in this zone a little bit like it did before? Or is it just going to continue shooting higher, right? We knew yesterday could be a digestion day. Today is even smaller and inside. We do have crude oil inventories later on this morning, and that could provide a boost. Right now we're trading 37% of average daily range, just 55 ticks. It's been averaging $1.48 per day. So again, if there's a failure to hold the recent low here, that could open up a return back downward to retest the previous month's high and perhaps go all the way back to the breakout point between 72 and 72.30. So again, we could drop all the way down, and that could still even be a buying opportunity for another continuation up down the road. So again, right now it's kind of overflowed to the upside. We will watch this little range up here to see if there's any kind of violation that could send us lower. Keep an eye on 75. A failure to hold 75 could open up a bit of downside over the near term. Let's take a look now at gold. Gold has been befuddling everyone, every single person, every talking head. It's just very difficult, and this is why I've had kind of a hands-off approach to this one. It looks like it wants to go down. It looks like it wants to go up, and ultimately it goes nowhere over the longer term, right? It's just still in this range. We talked about 1220. I'm just going to be patient for 1220, or I'm going to be patient for 1180. Ultimately, it's a breakout from that zone, which is going to lead to the next major move. And until then, we will stay likely in that zone and even test those edges a little bit. But again, I will continue to mention that this thing has been unable to find a low, and when it does, it's been unable to keep that low. So it's found some decent lows along the way. Every single time takes them out. This recent low is pretty strong, but after weeks and weeks and weeks going sideways, is it time to see another downside push, or are we finally going to bounce back to value? That's really the key right here, and we've continued to build at this area, pulling everyone into the market, and soon we will see the result. But again, 1220 and 1180 are the key levels to watch for a violation. Until then, it's a guessing game with a downward bias, so I'll continue to watch this one as well. We also have here RTY, very bearish here recently, not really participating in the overall uptrending move of the markets. This one has fallen off quite a bit. It has had a failure to hold key levels time and time again. It started the month here really bearish and is now back toward support. We are also back toward the lower end here of this profile, where it starts to become a bargain to come in and defend. So with RTY, I think the broader market is so much stronger right now than usual that I don't believe this is a sell or some sort of sign of more weakness to come of the broader market. I think this pullback is probably needed in this one because it's been very heavy, and if we come into say 1620 or anywhere in that zone, it could be a great opportunity to watch for a rejection and a return back towards 1720. It could be about a 100 plus handle move, and you can see there's some great market structure there to work off of. These recent highs, 1610, 1620. We have this range here. If we come into this zone, it could be a great buy back up. So I think right now RTY looking quite a bit bearish. I don't think it's at least right now, it doesn't appear to be a sign of bigger things to come. This one has been lagging most of the second part of the year. We noted that in our trading room here recently, and again, I think this could be a good buying opportunity for another move up here pretty soon, but it might need a little bit more downside. We'll see how it goes. Lastly, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin looks like it is poised for a move soon. It looks like it is at the zone here where it's built up enough energy, and it's about to embark on one of those 3 to 5 day bursts where it can really see some movement here. Again, those bursts haven't been to the downside often when it's been at this level. It's mainly been to the upside. There's an incredible accumulation down here, but also incredible headwinds on the upper end. So we're getting to a point now where a major breakout is going to occur. We have composite value right where price is. As a matter of fact, we're below that level, and this looks like it's mere days away from perhaps a squeeze attempt. So we'll keep an eye on this one. Again, we're at the point now where we have gotten so tightly coiled into the apex of this pattern that something has to happen soon. It just can't, I mean, it could go sideways, but I mean, something has to happen soon. There's not enough room to play in here, so we got to open up the range. So we'll continue to watch that as well. I think it's on the verge very, very soon. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. I do want to say one quick reminder. If you go to pivotboss.com, again, Swing Trade Pro has been released. You can go to Swing Trade Pro right here on the front end of the website and click about Learn more about Swing Trade Pro. It'll bring up the sales page here where you can learn more about Swing Trade Pro. 10 hours of on-demand training, 135-page Swing Trade Pro 2.0 PDF that comes along with it. 9 trading blueprints that help you identify all the various setups and trade sequences that I like to trade. 100% money back guarantee. You're also going to get the risk management matrix, which is a spreadsheet that helps you calculate trade allocation and risk live as you work at it. So again, you're also going to get a 5-day live trading event as a bonus. That's a $695 value. So again, that deadline is October 14th, 11 days from now. Still quite a bit of time, but on October 15th we will begin our live training event. That will be held in the last 2 hours of the day there, 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, October 15th and 19th. This is where we'll do live application of all the concepts that you learn in Swing Trade Pro 2.0 in addition to live prospecting and trading. You can see down here a great price point. If you're an upgrade from STP 1.0 or a Masters member, you can take advantage of the 447 price point, or if not, then you can still use the flash sale price point of 547, which is down from the regular pricing of 697 until October 14th. So again, great value here for what's in this course. This is an incredibly powerful course, very dense information with the ability to teach you a ton of information in just 10 short hours. Information, trading concepts, and techniques that you can take with you for the rest of your life. So again, check it out, Swing Trade Pro 2.0, available now at pivotboss.com. All right, everyone, have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you all soon. Take care.